Shit.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Maya? Okay.
I'm here.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, look at you. You made it. It's another episode of We Did That Shit.
I'm Maya.
And I'm the B. We appreciate you, podcast family, and we hope that your week was the shit. If this is your first time listening, welcome, and thank you for checking us out. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and follow us on all social media sites at We Did That Shit. So what's up, Maya?
What's going on?
Why are you laughing?
You start the show off the same exact way every week. Why are you laughing? I mean, I don't even have to say anything. I like to laugh, damn.
Okay, am I funny?
At times.
Am I a jokester?
At times.
So what's up? What you been doing since you've been back? I'm still tired. How about you?
I'm tired as hell. You hear my voice? My voice got it's still recovering from Janet Jackson. When I was screaming, legend, icon. It's still recovering. So, I've been doing good. I've been trying to catch up on some rest and trying not to do anything until the next thing I got to do. What?
Like what?
Oh, to the next thing I got to do?
Yeah.
Like going on another vacation or something like that. So
we're definitely going back to NOLA?
We definitely are going back to NOLA. And the reason why we got to go back to NOLA is because I ain't eating.
We can eat.
You ever seen Paid in Full? When Cameron asked him, why you stealing from us? I mean, not even Cameron. When Ace asked him, why you stealing from us? And he was like, I ain't eating. That's how I feel. I ain't eating.
Yeah, 3-hour wait times. That just was a bit too much. We couldn't go to all of our, good places until, Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
And yeah, that was a bit much. Usually we eat way more than that.
Yeah, and even though I'm still on my diet, I definitely needed to eat in New Orleans. So yeah, it's a go.
Yeah, I'm still on my healthy eating plan as well, but I did not gain any weight while we were in New Orleans. So and plus we walk everywhere, so that was cool. I was really happy about that. And I'm home for 2 weeks and I'm being really, really strict. I don't know which 10 it is, but 10 of these pounds are not going with me to Morocco.
Okay.
They're not coming. 10 of these pounds, 10 whole ones.
Listen, I feel you.
I got 2 weeks, but I don't care. I did good these 2 days. I'm serious.
Okay.
This time.
Right.
So who did some shit?
Well, we've been going. Now we back for the jump off. But we've been going. So much shit has been happening. But today I want to specifically talk about. You heard about the Papa John's founder, John Schnatter?
The always been racist, and now he done did something else racist.
And the crazy part about it is people are shocked. I think that the shock that comes from people when racist people do racist stuff is more shocking to me than the racist people, because people is racist, and I don't understand what it's going to take for folks to realize that ninjas is out here racist as hell. And the thing is I said this on prior shows, I'm going to say it again. Stop being racist and then apologizing for being racist. Stand in your racism if that's what you're doing. Because you're not going to change. It is going to be what it is. So he was on a conference call back in May, and he used the N-word in the conference call. I don't know.
Right, with other people.
Yeah.
Conference.
So my thing is this. Was it a ninja on the call? Who leaked this information?
So this was a recent call, not like the Paula Deen when they called her on using the N-word from 15 years ago.
No, Paula Deen used it 15 years ago when she was still using it in Savannah, Georgia.
She was using
the N-word. But go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, when it first came out, it was from her staff had reported from years ago that she used the N-word. And I mean, we're not surprised. And I'm going to tell you, I've been to her restaurant in Savannah, and the line was down the street around the corner. And when I tell you that every morsel was worth that weight, that food was good as hell. But anywho, and this was, I mean, before she, you know, fell in grace. Yeah. But anyway, he used the N-word on a conference call. And I'm just trying, like, who was on this conference call? Was it a white person that got offended? Was it a black person that got offended? Like, because usually when people are racist and they're the CEO, they don't have a lot of color at the top. Right. You know?
Exactly.
So who... You know,
maybe
I don't know. I wonder who was on that call.
Promotion to or something like that, and they was white, and they just felt like, oh, I'm gonna get this man, and then they leaked the information. It's not the first time that he used the N-word. Remember, he used the N-word when he was talking about the NFL players. It's not going to be the last time that he's going to use the N-word, and so he resigned as chairman of the company that he started, but he's still on the board. So. Like, he resigned as chairman of the board, but you're still the founder of the company, meaning that you're still on the board in some capacity, meaning that you're still going to profit off of it. I mean, at the end of the day, we could say who's eating Papa John, but according to an article that I read today on CBS News, his stake was worth $622 million, and he had a recent decline because of all of the racism that had came out about the NFL, and then the company was valued at $479 million. But I mean, like, okay,
it's still $479 million,
exactly. But you ain't hurting for no money, and you ain't going to continue to hurt for no money. Even saying the N-word. And I mean, like, Papa John's is canceled. That's a given. But, like, who was eating Papa John's? I could say that. But somebody was eating Papa John's. Not like they eating that little Caesar $5 box, but somebody eating it.
Yeah, that little Caesar $5 box is trash. But anywho.
Hey. When it first come out... when it first come out of that oven, I ain't gonna hold you. The pepperoni?
It's too greasy.
That thing
is my goodness.
Listen, y'all don't get me started on food. But yeah, so Papa John's is going through what they going through. You know, the man came out and he apologized. And he had something to say along the lines of, wait, let me get it, because I want to quote him right. You know how they do. They apologize. He came out and said, regardless of the context, I apologize. Simply stated, racism has no place in our society. Yet you continue to do racist stuff.
But you're racist.
Right.
Oh. Racism has no place, so you have no place?
Right.
I'm confused.
Right.
I'm confused. Well, you know, we have a whole lot of, we have barbecuing while black, selling waters while black, driving while black, you know, all of these things while black.
Right.
Just can't be black. So how about the man in Indiana who was home?
Where he paid bills.
Where he pays, and he said, I pay $1,600 a month to live here. And he went to the gym at his in his building or complex. And after the gym, he wanted to chill, went out by the pool and was lounging. And a police officer, she's a real police officer, but she was like off duty as an officer, and allegedly the complex hired her, walked past everybody else at the pool and walked up to him and said, do you live here? And he said, yes. And she said, what's your address? And he's like, I don't know who you are.
The lady who was off duty walked up to him and said
the off-duty officer, right. Do you live here? He said, yes. What's your address? He was like, I don't know you. I'm not giving you my address.
Right.
So he calls the property manager, the people that work in the office. The property manager comes out and says, why didn't you just give her your address? And she knows him and knows that he lives there. He showed them his the key to his apartment, and they sat there and haggled him for a long ass time. About being by she kept saying, well, why don't you just tell her your address? And he's like, she didn't identify herself. I don't know her. She doesn't know me. She didn't ask anybody else. She walked past all these other people and she just came to me.
Right.
And so the property, the owners of the property made a statement that the property manager that came out
did
is
the right
on
thing?
leave.
Oh, they on
No,
leave.
she's on leave.
Not fired.
Yeah, so she'll be fired. She'll probably be fired after the investigation. She's on immediate leave pending, and it's not a paid leave. They didn't say it was a paid leave. Pending an investigation. But this is all I'm saying. On duty, off duty, cops just think we got to stop whatever the hell we doing and answer to them. We don't.
No, we don't. We do not have to give you. See, this is the thing. I pray every day because I live in a predominantly white neighborhood. Well, really, it's a predominantly mixed neighborhood as far as people from all cultures. Not a lot of black people, but like a lot of different cultures. But it's predominantly white. And I literally, every time I walk out the door, I pray that nothing like that ever happens to me, because if you walk up to me and ask me any type of thing like that, my first reaction is not going to say, do you live here? Yes. My first reaction is going to be like, who the fuck are you and why the fuck are you in my face? And that's just what it is. And it's the reason, things like that is the reason why I walk out of my door specifically with a smile on my face. Like, I never have a smile on my face when I walk out my door. When I walk to the grocery store around here, when I go into the dollar store, Target, if I'm at the gas station pumping my gas, I never have a smile on my face. I have a look on my face that says, do not come up to me and do anything, because it just don't do it to yourself. And I'm not saying that I'm a Billy badass. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that I'm not answering none of your questions, especially to no goddamn cops. I'm not doing none of that. These people, I commend them. I truly commend the people who have to go through this. And the reason being is because they have so much restraint, like to go through what they're going through and be calm. And I know, like, in situations like this, we have to be calm. We have to, because we know what can happen to us. But I just don't feel like I can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you asking me, especially me, I'm a single woman, you asked me why I'm like, do I live here? No, I'm just sitting in this fucking pool, just sitting here. No, I don't live here. I just decided to come in the gate, come around through the clubhouse most of the time in the apartment complex. You got to go through the clubhouse. And I just decided to do all of that and sit at the pool. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got to turn that down. So anyway, I just feel like it's crazy the stuff that these people got to go through and the way that they have to practice the restraint that they practice. I just think that it's just asinine. We really can't do nothing. We can't go to church. We can't go to be at our pool where we pay bills. We can't be at Starbucks, Target, Nordstrom Rack. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of things that we can't do. All because we black. These people are out here and they out of freaking control. They really, truly are out of control. It's sickening.
Yeah, they really are doing too much. They really are doing too much. And like he said, he was like, I pay $1,600 a month.
Right. And you want my money. Here. That's the thing.
Exactly.
You want my money.
Exactly.
You want me to sign the lease. You want me to obey your rules. You want me to do all of that, but you don't want me to enjoy the amenities that come with my $1,600 a month every damn month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, if I see one more damn video of somebody calling the cops on people that's selling waters or outside making a living. Today I was watching this video on Twitter, and this lady, she was like an Asian lady or something, outside selling stuff. Of course, a white woman walking by her on the phone. A black man started filming her, and he was like, damn, Petty Betty, she can't even be out here. Oh no, she gotta have her permit. First of all, she gonna say, if we let everybody be out here, we won't have no sidewalk to walk on. No sidewalk to walk on. What? It was a big ass sidewalk. You know how a vendor is. They damn near in the street selling their stuff. So he said to her, he was saying on the video, let's make her go viral. Let's make her go viral now. Then he said to her, where you work at? Because you know we're going to find out where you work at. So you might as well tell us now on the video where you work at so that we could get you fired next. And then she walked off. Oh, you don't want to go through all of that. You know, you want to harass this woman for sitting out here trying to make a living that ain't hurting you. You're not getting, it's not like it's taking any money out of your pockets or any breath out of your body. They so, what is the word that I'm looking for? Entitled that you walk by people to ask me, what's my address? Not, do you live here? You ain't lead with that. Like, hey, how you doing? Do you live here? You ain't lead with that. You said, what's my address? Like, I'm going to just give a strange ass white woman my address. You could be a part of the KKK, bitch.
Well, he did. No, he did ask, do you live here first? She walked up to him and said, do you live here? He said, yes. And she said, well, what's your address? Like he was lying. You know how people like, are you 21? Yeah. When's your birthday?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they can't get it straight real fast. But like I said, we are not obligated to answer any questions for anything. We're not being interrogated. You know what I mean? We just chilling, whatever. And when people, you know, they sit there and engage cops and all those dumbass people talking about, well, they should have just said this or they should have just did that. They should have just did that. No, we don't should have just did nothing. You should have just left us alone.
And as a black person, you're automatically a criminal. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he would have given her every piece of information that she asked for. He still would have been deemed something that he wasn't. So it really doesn't matter. If for all of that, it's like you may as well do nothing because they're still going to look at you the same exact way. Whatever you think in your mind is what you think in your mind. And so it doesn't matter if he complied with what you said. You're going to think what you think anyway. It's still going to be more and more questions. Nothing is going to be good enough and nothing is going to be right. So
ever.
Anyway.
Ever. So what else? Who else did some shit?
The child, I just had to mention this. This is an honorable mention, getting off of the racial topic. This is an honorable mention about the fact that no amount of followers will get you out of bullshit. So I don't know if you watch it. I'm sure you don't. The Bad Girls Club.
Oh my gosh, when that like sitting there fighting and yickety yakking. Yeah. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it.
So the Bad Girls Club, they had these two twins on there like a couple of years ago. I think like in 2016 or something like that. These girls, they were on... They were called the Clemens twins. I can't recall where they were from or anything like that. But in any event, I remember them because they kept saying how they was like... had all of these men and they had all of this money and men fell down at their feet and they just got anything that they wanted and you know all of this. So these girls, from the time that they was on the Bad Girls Club up until today, they have literally transformed themselves, right? Like they look totally different. They said that they wanted a European look. So they made their noses very keen. They got long, straight, blonde weave. I mean, new breasts, new ass, new teeth.
Were they ugly?
No, they weren't. They just was like regular looking black girls. Themselves. They just hated themselves much that they did all of this work. So anyway, Kanye West, you know, in his new campaign for his line Yeezy, excuse me, he has this campaign now where it's kind of like a Kim lookalike. And so that's what they look like. They fashioned themselves after the Kardashians. So they look like Kim Kardashian-esque, you know, which is nothing to write home about. But in any event, they got chosen to be in the Yeezy campaign. That needs to be, I just had to give you a little background information, but that needs to be in here nor there. One of the girls got arrested Because it turns out that these girls was prostitutes. They was prostituting themselves. They was using the name Exotic Doll online, and they was prostituting themselves. They had this exchange.
So they were prostitute when the Bad Girls Club found them. They was prostitutes.
No, I think they was prostitutes after the Bad Girls Clubs, but after
because like they got popular, and then people wanted to do it to them and pay.
Well, I don't know if people wanted to do it to them and pay, but they definitely got popular after the Bad Girls Club, and well,
if they prostitute, somebody was paying.
Yes, but I don't know if they was paying based off of popularity or if, prostitution is the oldest profession in the world, so they have to be popular to be selling ass, is what I'm saying. You see Alicia in them. We talked about that a couple.
No, they don't have to be popular to be selling ass, but they need to be popular to be getting paid decent money, is what I'm saying.
But this is the thing: they wasn't getting paid decent money. Here's the thing:
oh Lord, they was hoes.
They was like real big on Instagram. They was real big on Instagram. Had all these followers. Like I said, they was in a Yeezy campaign. They was doing it up allegedly, but turns out they were prostituting themselves, and so they had this exchange with this man for $400. Well, one of them, I think her name is Shanae or Shani or something. Don't quote me.
Okay.
She had this exchange with this. She had this exchange with this gentleman. It was a $400 exchange. The long story short of it is the gentleman was doing drugs, and I don't know if this was before, during, or after the exchange. But
it was probably before and during, because he had to be high to do it to her. But go ahead.
And you know, people want to be coked up so they can have sex longer and stuff like that.
Right.
And so he wind up ODing. And he died.
Ooh.
After he done paid his $400. One of the twins, Shanae or Shanice or somebody, stole the man's credit card. And she went on a spree of $20,000 with the dead man's card. And then in the video that I saw, she looked like she was shocked that she got caught. I mean, eventually somebody was going to report that the man died.
She looked shocked.
She looked shocked coming out of jail. Yeah, she looked shocked coming out of jail. So
I can't believe they got me.
Yeah, basically. Is basically what it boils down to. I can't believe they got me. So she got arrested. Now she's facing criminal federal charges of identity theft, identity mischief, running up stolen credit cards. The man was dead. That don't make it no better. Thank God you wasn't found in the room with him when he died, because you probably would have been charged with manslaughter or something like that. So, you got off that way. But, you're going to jail. And here's the thing. You're going to jail for $20,000. And I brought this topic up because social media makes it so people feel the need to impress people that A, they don't know, B, that don't matter, and C, that can't afford the stuff half the time that you're trying to impress them with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you went on a $20,000 shopping spree to probably post stuff up on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show you that this society, social media is like a good thing. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift for us being able to see stuff like the video of the man being stopped pooling while black. You know what I'm saying? Sitting at his pool while he was black getting harassed. But then it's a curse because you got people like these young girls, 24 years old, now you about to go to jail, you know what I'm saying, trying to be on social media, be popular, be impressing people who don't really matter. Real life happens outside of social media, and real life is happening to you. You're going to jail. At the end of the day, you're going to jail. And so I just want people to take heed that, life is not about impressing other people, and it ain't about being on social media flexing. You eventually this stuff is going to catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't think so? I'm sure she didn't think so, but here we are. And then you was prostituting your ass for $400. Here's the thing. Let me just say this one thing. You was popular, right? You in the Yeezy campaign. You was on TV on the Bad Girls Club. A man will give you more than $400 for nothing. You know, over time, you could have met a dude who had a couple dollars in the situation that you in. You're around influential men all the time being in this Yeezy campaign. You could have met somebody that would have gave you that sneezes $400 and you selling your ass for $400. Like, come on, young girls. Like, if you're going to do it, come on. You going to jail and it's worth what? For $400? You got laid, you got $400, and now you about to get time in jail? Come on.
Maya, stop paralyzing.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you cannot apply that kind of logic to illogical things.
I know. I know.
Yeah, so you just, all of that, like, I mean, for real. They thinking all of that, okay.
I know.
Anywho, I got some other shit on my mind.
Okay.
You know, at Essence, you know, we run into so many people, and we talk about this all the time, but I don't know about you, but I am just tired of people asking me, why am I single?
Oh, you're
like, why am I single? And I just look at them like, and if it's a guy, usually I'm thinking to myself, because you good and fucking goofy.
Right.
That's why. But I just, you know, like they say it like there's something wrong with me. And, you know, I don't know. And that shit it's starting to irk me. You know, it did irk me a little bit, because if I hear it more than, you know, 2 or 3 times in a weekend, then I'm freaking irked.
Right.
But, you know, so why are you single?
Oh, well, if we going to bring up why I'm single, I'll tell you a little story. Just a little story. Story time, podcast family. So we were at Essence, right? We did our whole little wrap up. We had a great time. All those beautiful black people. It was positive. It was great. Met a lot of great people. Some of those people were men. Prior to me going to Essence, I was talking to this guy, right? And I had been talking to him for a little minute, but we never met, right? So I'm the kind of person that, like, I can't beat around the bush but for so long. So I'm like,
right.
Well, what's up with you? You going to Essence, right? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, well, we should get together when we get to New Orleans. I'll make some time. We can finally meet. Cool. Because he wasn't never going to bring us to that point. So I had to just go ahead and bring us to that point. So
demerit number 1.
Right. So it was like, all right, cool. So then he says, well, make sure you answer my calls when you get there. So I'm thinking, like, don't be sounding mad needy. Like, just chill. We gonna get together. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be with your people. I'm gonna be with my people. But we gonna make it happen. So I was like, I'm gonna call you. As a matter of fact, you know. So, you know, we be busy. I didn't get a chance to call him or whatever. But finally, we had a little downtime. So I was like, well, let me see what's up with him. So I called him. And, you know, we stay in the city an extra day. We don't leave until Tuesday. So it turns out he wasn't leaving until Tuesday. So on Monday, he was like, well, you see me today. Because he kept hitting me with the famous, well, where you at? Well, what you doing? Well, what you doing now? Well, what you doing now? And it's like,
but not saying nothing.
But not saying nothing. Really just hitting me with the where you at, what you doing now.
See, that's the trying to act interested, but you really not, because you're at Essence and you see all these other chicks and women, you into all that other shit, and we get it. We get it, because we're there too.
Exactly.
It's fine. We're there too. The same shit is happening to us.
Exactly.
So okay, you know, we get it. So then Monday.
I don't care.
Okay.
So it's a Monday.
Exactly.
So I'm like, all right. He's like, where are you? So remember, we at the bar, we chilling, we waiting to get something to eat, we having a couple drinks. I say, yo, I'm at the Hilton, get with me. He called my phone. I'm thinking, oh, you about to come through. No come through, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know why he called my phone. It's a blur. Anyway, I have to fast forward to the good part because it's dragging. We didn't see each other on that Monday. Tuesday, we're flying out. We happen to be on the same plane. When I come out the security line, I see him. And I know you see me, right? I go get some tea. He getting something to eat. I sit in the first seat at my gate. The first seat. Like, you gotta walk by me to get to the gate. Everybody sees me, right? Everybody. This ninja comes walking by me 7 times. I counted because I was just like, I was talking to you on the phone, remember? I was talking to somebody else on the phone. I'm watching him walk by me as if to say, see me, you know. Yes, I see you. If you think that after you wear you at me to death, what you doing me to death, that I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up? No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't say anything. I just sat there and looked at this dumbass walk by 7 times. I just watched him each time, right? So I flew Southwest. Southwest, you know, you could sit anywhere. When I get on the plane, he looks me dead in my face. I look him dead in his face. And he looks at me as to say, sit next to me. But never waved his hand like, sit next to me. I looked his dumb ass in the face and I smiled. And I just sat down like in the front. You know what I mean? He was in the back. And I just looked at him like, you goofy. This is beyond something that I could process. So we get off the plane. We go to baggage claim. The ninja walks around from baggage claim, standing in front of me, sees me get my bag. Don't get my bag. No, because remember, you walk by me 7 times, so you know. So he sees me get my bag. I just got my bag and got my stuff and took the long trek down to my car. When I get in my car, are you ready for this? When I get in my car, I get a text message.
No, you didn't.
A text message.
No, you didn't.
The text message said, hey, it's crazy that we didn't get a chance to see each other. What? I was like, you know what? I'm out here trying to live my best life. And I realized that in the DMV area where I'm at now, I'm not living my best life. I'm not living my best life. Because these type of stories keep happening to me in the DMV. So when you ask me, why are you single? This probably has something to do with it. Why would you text me when I got in the car and say, you was staring me in my face, you ain't never say nothing, and you said, yo, it's crazy we didn't see each other? I just looked at that phone. I said, oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm being punked.
Did you respond?
Well, of course not. What was I going to say? Yeah, that is crazy.
Okay.
I mean, you know me. Usually I would respond like, yo, you sound dumb as hell. If you don't get your dumb ass out of here. But I said, no, I'm not going to respond because this right here, this is an epic-fucking-demic.
Epifucking-demic. That's exactly. The good and goofies is out of control. You are so right.
It's an epifucking-demic.
That's right. So, and when people, you know, I don't like the male bash or anything like that, but when people ask me, right, this is epifucking-demic. It's really true. When people ask me why I'm single, that's the first thing that comes to my head. These good and goofies. These good and goofies. And you should have hit them with my favorite line. Have a nice life. Have a nice death. Goodbye.
And here's
like,
the
that's
thing.
just
like,
what I would text them back.
When I think, even when I'm thinking about the story as I'm telling the story, it sounds crazy, like something that you would see on TV. Not like it actually happened to me, but it did. And it keeps happening. I'm not living my best life. And I'm not.
Well, first of all,
but not when it comes down to the men.
When it comes down to dating, first of all, I don't know when's the last time I've been on a date. That's ridiculous. But anywho, when we go to places like this, conferences and stuff, you always meet a lot of people. Right. But I'm never like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm going to meet the love of my life here or whatever. I never think that because there's so many people. Right. And, you know, and everybody, especially men, you know, they have very short attention spans and it's a whole bunch of thighs, butt cheeks and kneecaps out. You know, they don't know what to do with themselves or whatever. So it's not even that I'm looking to meet anyone, but, you know, on my flight over, first of all, I was very, very happy that my flight was like 99% black. I think there were only 3 white people on the plane. And yes, because usually it's like a good mix, but this year it was like all black, and it was like wonderful. So all the first class was black or whatever, and I'm like, this is like heaven. So anyway, I'm sitting next to a guy, which hardly ever happens. Remember, the last time I sat next to a guy was coming home, and he turned out to be a little goof troop too. But anyway, so I'm sitting next to the guy, and he had on a Kappa hat. He was a Kappa, shout out to the Noops. But I was like, here we go, because they just like first of all, I was instantly like, yeah, no. I'm nice to everybody, but yeah, no, because I can't be with, nobody. I don't even really want to have a whole lot of conversation with somebody who thinks they're cuter than me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just, you got more products than me. You got more hair products, more skin products,
right.
You know what I mean? More clothes. Your dry cleaner more personable than I do.
Right.
Like, I just can't get with all that. So anyway, he's talking, and he leads with the money thing. Like,
good.
oh, my goodness, like you just got it yesterday. Oh, yeah, I'm staying at the Windsor in the penthouse suite or whatever. And I'm just looking at him like, oh, that's nice. Your breath is smelling like acute kidney failure. And I'm just like,
I can't with you.
I mean, it was just
can't.
like, I just wanted to ask him, like, yo, your kidneys all right?
Right. I can't.
You got high blood pressure, diabetes, something. His kidneys was low functioning because he had that kidney breath. And I was just like, listen, like, oh, hey, all right.
Right.
Just being nice. And then, I kind of like with the earphones and dozed off or whatever. But it really is a turn off. And I was just thinking, like, yeah, I'm going to be single forever because this is what's out here.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I mean?
I think that the days and times have definitely changed. We didn't have to deal with a lot of the things that we have to deal with. Then now, I always say I should have got married in college because back in those days, at least it was some decent men who knew how to talk to you. They were confident, they had some substance, and it's not just because
together.
Right, and it's not just because they went to college, because my ex didn't go to college and we was doing the damn thing. But that's not the thing. It's just that I think that the quality was different, and the quality was different. And it just, it's a few things that we found, a list of things, a couple of things that we found that is the reason why we could be single.
So many black women are single.
Yeah.
And black women are disproportionately more single than women of other races.
Yeah.
And cultures.
Especially when you want to date a black man. But continue.
Oh, my goodness. Well, when we did the Married at First Sight episode, they were saying that, their biggest problem is that most black women who apply for the show want to marry a black man, but most black men want to marry a woman of another race that apply for the show. So, which I think is self-hatred. But anywho, so when thinking about things that, contribute, because that's what they really do, it contributes to the overwhelming number of single black women. We have, like, the first couple things is, like, we have to realize that men and women think differently.
Right.
We have one perception and they have a totally different perception of the same thing. Like a woman could say, like, I'm a bad bitch and that's just who I am. And, and she thinks like that's the everything. Men tend not to think that. They don't really agree. Men ain't out here looking for bad bitches,
and here's the thing, a bad bitch will get you through the door, but it won't keep you. So you could be that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like pretty. They say that the loneliest people in the world is pretty people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who says that somebody is ugly, but the point is that they say the loneliest people are beautiful people. Beautiful will get you through the door, but it won't keep you there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I know a lot of beautiful women and men, a lot of beautiful people, but it doesn't keep you in the door.
Well, and it it rarely gets you in the door if the most beautiful people are lonely, because a lot of times people are afraid to speak. So it never even gets started.
They send you text messages when you get in your car. But go ahead.
Right. Another thing is that women, they say, I'm successful. I have this. And they want a man to match that or do better. And the reality is a lot of black men don't or cannot. And then what? Because and a lot of men don't look at success as graduating from college. What is success to you may not be success to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, in a lot of men, they don't want to be with a woman that they feel that they can't take care of, because and I'm talking about like a kind of man that I would want to be with, because I only do manly men.
Right.
Like, you have to, now you don't have to take care of me, but you have to want to.
Right.
Because that's just what manly men do to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, you don't need $100,000 to take care of me. You don't. And like I said, you don't have to do it, but you have to want to do it, because that's manly.
The thing about that is though, I agree. I mean, 100%, the reason why I'm still single, 100% is because the men that I come in contact with are texting me when I get in the car and not in front of me. When they see me, they're not talking or whatever. They lack confidence, and I'm just not going to settle for a man that's not a man. And I mean that in all aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And confidence is a big thing. You know that about me. You have to be confident, because I'm very confident. You know what I'm saying? I almost damn near half-ass like an arrogant sucker. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with what you said. But a part of that is like, it depends on the woman, because I am a woman who has certain things, and you want a man that has certain things. I've never been one of them kind of women that be like, oh, I gotta mess with a white collar guy because I got a college degree, he gotta have a college degree. I got a master's degree, he gotta have a master's degree. I've never been that person.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely, I like a rough and tough, blue collar, get out there, work with the land, because I said it on past episodes, you got to do something. Now, I don't know if that's pump gas, landscape, you got to do something though. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with successful women wanting successful men, though. But it's when a lot of times, like you said, it brings your pull down. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I think women should be open more so, like, you don't have to be the head of the company. You could be a worker in the company, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with successful women wanting successful men. It's a shame that there aren't more successful men on the level that who
there's a lot of successful black men on the level, and most of them
you didn't let me finish, but go ahead. No, go.
Right, because most of them want women of other races, or they feel like they have so much there's no need to settle down. Exactly.
You know
what I mean? So it's not that they're not there, it's just that they have a whole different mindset.
Right.
So that's that contributes to the disproportion of single black women. Right. Not to mention the black men who are in prison, who are dying, who are gay. So there's just not enough. There's not a lot of them available. Right. Now, some women have dated outside of their race. That's something that I don't think I'm willing to do. I don't. Well, I've already explained my stance on a white man. For every black woman who didn't have a choice, I'm making a choice, and I will not date a white man. Other cultures, I don't know, maybe it has to be a culture of color, but I don't know, maybe. So, I can't speak for all women and all situations and all things, but for me and my experience, I feel like I'm an open person. If you speak to me, I'm going to speak to you. I like people for who they are. Right. I like different people for different things. However, I have very low tolerance. Right. I have very low tolerance, and I am not going to invite misery of any sort into my life, especially in a relationship. And I feel like when I watch these shows like Black Love and this new show Love Is, and I'm watching all these interviews and stuff, and I'm thinking it's all right, but good. I'm just thinking like I'm tired of Black love being portrayed as a struggle. Everything is a struggle.
Right.
Oh, you got to put up with this. You put up with all this. You put up with all this. And when he sees that you are ride or die because he done did all this bullshit, then it's like, you know what? I'm going to hang around. Right. That's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You want to know if I'm a ride or die? You have to put the effort in first. You have to make the investment. And I'm not riding or dying for no kicking it, for no boyfriend, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not. And I'm not accepting your bullshit. I'm not.
Right. I had a conversation with my friend today, and I was telling him, I said, even though this is a lie, kinda, but at 20, no, what I'm saying is that when you're younger, you're more tolerable of some things. Now, me, I'm very tolerable, because half the time I be bored, so I put up with your nonsense, not as it pertains to a relationship, but I'm talking about like goofy shit when people do, like not old boy that texts me when I got in my car. Not him. That's craziness. But even prior to that, us trying to get together, whatever, I told you I had to be the one to be like, all right, well, you coming to New Orleans, like, let's get together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to be the one to initiate it, because you would have just, what am I doing me to death? You know what I'm saying? And so I was just telling him that when I was 20, I was more tolerable of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to how old I am now. It's like, everybody goes through stuff in relationships. You know what I'm saying? You go through stuff when you date, you go through stuff in relationships, you go through stuff in marriage. It's just a reality. But I can't start out with nonsense at this age. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to be in, and then we have the nonsense when we in. But like inviting the nonsense in the beginning is like crazy.
Yeah, no.
When you young, you just whatever. At this age, it's like, you can't text me when I'm going to get in my car, Playboy. You just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or like
not
today,
I got stood up on a date.
I got stood up. You can't. I'm telling you, I'm not living my best dating life.
It's an epifucking-demic.
It's an epifucking-demic. I really didn't get stood up, but I kind of got stood up. I kind of did. But the thing is, this wasn't happening to me in my former life. I gotta move. But anyway, it just goes to show you that, no, I'm just being honest. It just goes to show you that it's a lot of nonsense, and I'm just making the point of not inviting nonsense into your life, like early on, in the first beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't invite nonsense even in the early beginning. And when I was younger, of course, when you're younger, you never think that. Well, when I got married, I never thought that I wouldn't be married to him. I really thought that I would be, we would raise the children and be married. I never thought that I would be a single parent. Never, because I take relationships, very seriously. And I'm very accommodating. I'm nice. So as long as you're not doing as long as you're not doing something gross, I can pretty much, be okay with a lot of things.
What's gross?
However, like gross, having having babies, trying to hit me, whatever, stuff like that. Because, I'm not going for it. And I really have very low tolerance. And those things are gross, but like little things kind of bother me. I really feel like when you allow people to be abusive to you, and I'm talking emotionally, mentally, sexually, physically, whatever it is, if you allow them to be abusive, then they don't stop that. And I'm not living a life of abuse. I'm not about that life. So, I was surprised. I was surprised. My ex-husband is a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He just wasn't for me. And I felt like wow, I didn't think that something, like some people would be like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And I was like, no, this is not for me. I can't, right. I can't live my best life with him. I just can't. And,
you see what I'm going through.
Right. And so, yes, I've been single long more than I've been married or in a relationship in my life, but I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay. I'm happy. And I'm loving myself the way I want to be loved. And I feel like what's coming back to me is the love that I want because I'm already loving myself that way.
Right. And I just want people, that was deep. And that's the truth. I just want people to, what I really do want to, make a point of in this conversation is this. Stop asking people why they're single. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know. It's like when people say to me all the time, you ain't got no kids. You ain't got no kids. I can't believe it. And I'm like, no, I don't have children. My thing is this. Stop asking me or stop acting shocked. You don't know if I can't have kids. You don't know if I'm suffering from depression because I'm single. You don't know anything. You just automatically assume that, oh, you got a nice personality. You pretty. You this, you that, and the third. You should have somebody. Everybody doesn't thrive off of being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you want companionship and all like that, but I'm gonna be very honest with you, and this is because I had this conversation and I feel like I could be honest with the podcast family. I have to get up in my light, right? Because it's a bug up there, and so I have to unscrew something, take the light down, clean the bug out, and put the light back up. This is why I don't want to be single. Stuff like this,
right?
It has nothing to do with companionship. It has nothing to do with building a family. It has nothing to do with none of that. It has everything to do with stuff like this. When I have to get up there and unscrew that light by myself. I don't have a ladder.
Right.
I got to climb over on my dining room chair. That's the kind of stuff that I want a relationship for. So, everybody wants something different. It's all wonderful to have companionship. I want it too. You know what I'm saying? But you just want it in the right capacity. And don't settle until you get that. Like, don't settle for anything. I can't be with the no confident, always want to text on social media more than you with me, want to date all kinds of different women as far as outside of your race. I'm not with none of that. So the thing is those are a little bit of the reasons why I'm single. You asked the question. Like, I started off with the story. I should have told you everything that you need to know on why I'm single in this area. I gotta move.
Right. You don't have to move. You don't have to move. You can continue to be who you are, but when you stop being who you are to accommodate something that you don't want, you're never going to get what you want.
Well, I ain't going to do that. So that's what I'm saying. I got to.
You're not. I mean, you don't have to move.
Hey,
He'll
I
find
stood
you.
up today. I got a text message
I was
when
stood
I got
up
in
at
my
the
car.
restaurant.
Listen, I didn't go to the place, so I wasn't stood up like that. But the thing is this.
Okay, so now you harper because I went to the place, so I was really stood up, but you wasn't. Okay.
No, I stand up.
Well, I tell you, just when you think you got some support, I tell you.
Just when you think you got a friend, they're like,
you went.
I didn't go.
You went to the restaurant. You went there. I know because you called me. See, I didn't go, so I technically I didn't get stood up.
First of all, I couldn't go because I never got the call to say, "Hey, we going to Ricky's." You know what I'm saying? So I never got the call to say where we going. So even though we made the plans, I never got the call to say, "Hey, the plans is really going through." So I got
so you were stood up by absentia.
By what?
You was abstention.
Yeah. Okay. I was like stood up adjacent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
I was just in the restaurant like, okay.
Oh, I guess you ain't coming.
Oh, you're not coming.
Told you he thought he was getting that Applebee's 2 for $20. You know. Goodness. But yeah, so I mean, maybe when we do. I still got 5 months in 2018?
5 months.
Damn, I only got 5 months and I'm getting stood up and
You can do it. You got to stop looking at it like that. You got to stop. You have to look at it like in 5 months or less, I'm going to have a boyfriend because I said I'm going to have a boyfriend this year.
Well, first of all,
you have to say it like that.
I've been living in this area for 10 years.
You got stop.
Hey,
stop.
I don't care. I've been living
you gotta
in this
think positive.
Listen, I'm thinking positive.
In 5 months or less.
Listen.
5 months or less, you're going to have a boyfriend. It has nothing to do with where you live. I don't care. You never know because your boyfriend is about to get transferred from where he is to your area for his new promotion. Anything. You have 5 months or less. You already put it out there. That's what's going to happen. That's how you have to think about it. You going to do that shit. The good and goofies are not for us.
You got you is kind. You is smart. You is important. Because if I was ever feeling down, I could call you, boy. You can give the positive message of a lifetime. You got to look at it like this. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
In 5 months or less, you're going to have a boyfriend.
There it is. I'll settle for the non-stand-up date or the not good and goofies.
No, you don't settle for anything. In 5 months or less, you are going to have a boyfriend.
I hope he's nice.
There it is.
And got confidence.
Hope he can handle that poison. But
something. I mean, just.
So there we go. So soon, people aren't going to be asking us at all while we're single. But if you planned on it, don't. Mind your business.
And come change my light if you that worried about it.
And pump her gas.
Hello. So anyway,
Exactly.
listen, we're going to go ahead and get out of here for this week. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of We Did That Shit. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at We Did That Shit. Again, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at We Did That Shit. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the show. We are on YouTube. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you hit that bell so that you can get the notifications when a new episode drops. Don't forget that a new episode drops every Monday. We are out here. And we are on so many different sites. I don't even feel like naming them all, but Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Overcast. I mean, just to name a few. But anywhere that you can listen to your favorite podcast, you can surely listen to We Did That Shit. Remember, you can always follow me on my personal Twitter at MyMy13. That's MYMY13.
And I'm at Babiamina. That's BIBBIAMINA.
I would be remiss if I didn't say, make sure that you send all of your questions. Let us know why you are single. If you're single, let us know why you're single. If you ain't single, let me know where I can find me a man in the DMV because it's hard out here. You see what I'm going through. And send all of that to wedidthatshit@gmail.com. Again, it's one word, wedidthatshit@gmail.com. We'll be here same time next week. We hope you will be too.
Remember, be great this week. Do that shit. I love you, Maya.
Oh, I love you too.